I do not like Oshay Duke Jackson. Let me say this again. I do not like Oshay Duke Jackson. Now, I know very well who he is. He's been on YouTube for over a decade. I'll give you your props there. He cranks out lots of videos, does the same style, kind of like Anton Daniels. And this video is going to be about a video I seen recently from him talking about Anton Daniels and the Corey Holcomb drama. Before I get into that though, make sure that you guys like this video right now, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. All right, so let's just jump right to the chase. I didn't like the fact that in a video, Oshay Duke Jackson had the nerve to talk about how Anton Daniels' wife looks. He made a comment talking about how, I believe Corey Holcomb was talking about Anton Daniels' wife's looks, which he also has no business talking about how anybody else looks. I'm sorry, especially Oshay. You need to look in the mirror. Now, maybe I'm not getting that maybe what he's saying is humorous, but he's always making these comments in his videos that he's talked to Anton Daniels before on the phone and that his wife is cool. So if you thought that way about them, why are you talking about how you wouldn't hit it? You're ugly as fuck. Let me say it again. You're ugly as fuck. Like, ugly as fuck. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're like a 3. And the reason why you're not any lower in my book, I only give out 1s and 2s for people that are ugly and fat. Now, anyone who's been watching YouTube for a decade knows what you look like. And in some of your videos, you do show like a picture of yourself or whatever. You know, but what I don't understand is, how are you going to talk about how anybody else looks and you're ugly as fuck? And I'm not kidding. You're ugly, like, on the outside. And when you talk like this, you're also ugly on the inside, because it's like, wait a minute, you know you're ugly. So how are you going to talk about how another man's wife looks when she looks better than you? I mean, for someone who's always saying that they're in Uganda, Africa, I mean, are the chicks that you're dealing with, since you're never going to get married, are the chicks that you're dealing with, how do they look? Because I used to watch some of your content more back in the day when you were doing like, I mean, what do you guys call that? When you were doing your live streams and you'd have 4 or 5 people come on there, and I would watch, I've seen some of your videos of you in Africa and some of the girls that you will post. And I'm not going to claim to know everyone you've dealt with, you know, since you've been over there. But from what I remember seeing, I don't remember seeing you with anybody that was hot. Now, just like a lot of people in this manosphere think that when you get your money up, you can go get a hotter chick, a baddie. But those chicks, if they were not willing to talk to you without any money, then they don't really like you. The only way for someone to really like you, they got to see you out and about. They don't know nothing about you. They don't know what you do for work. They just see you and they naturally found you attractive. And then maybe you two start talking and then they find out about you. But if you got to throw your money at chicks, now this is not necessarily directed towards him, but any guy who feels that, you know, if I get my money up, this is the kind of girl I could get. Well, if that type of girl or a particular girl would not talk to you at all before you have any money, why would you talk to that person? If the money runs out, they wouldn't care about you, right? If the money is the only way to get them, then they're not really interested in you. I mean, but do whatever you please. It's your life. You know, men are stupid anyway. I know I just pissed a bunch of people off, but I don't give a damn. They're dumb anyways. But yeah, I don't like Oshay Duke Jackson. Sometimes he does make some good videos, but I don't know, lately in his videos talking about Anton Daniels, and I don't necessarily really like Anton Daniels either. I just don't like the fact that how are you going to talk about how somebody else's wife looks? You're ugly as fuck. Your features are awful. I mean, if I'm lying, anybody listening, if you think that Oshay Duke Jackson is attractive and I'm wrong, put a 1 in the chat. If Oshay Duke Jackson is attractive, put a 1. If you think that he looks decent or average, put a 2. If you think that he's busted, ugly as fuck, put a 3. I'm not telling anybody how to vote. You know, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe my eyes, you know, don't work good. But for a guy who, I'm sorry, I would think most people would consider you unattractive. You got some nerve talking about how you wouldn't hit another man's wife. You have never even been married. You're allegedly in Africa dealing with African chicks. How do they look? I mean, show me some pictures. Show me the African baddies that you're dealing with that like you for you. You didn't throw no money at them. They like you for you, not because you got money, not because you're an American or anything like that. They fuck with you because they fuck with you. Like, that's what I want to see. But anyways, I don't know. I know that this YouTube game is nothing but drama, but like a bunch of unattractive people or men talking about how somebody else's wife looks, like Oshay Duke Jackson, ugly as hell. Corey Holcomb, I don't know. I don't find him attractive. I mean, I'm not saying he's hideous, but I definitely don't find him attractive. I don't find none of these people attractive. You think the way that they're talking, you would think that they were hot. You know what I mean? You would think that they would be good-looking men, or at least better than average, before you open your effing mouth and try to disrespect another man's wife, even if that guy is allegedly a douchebag and could be cheating on his wife. At least he was able to get married and, you know, he had a kid and, you know, well, whatever. I mean, is your life any better? But that's all I have to say. I can't stand this guy. And I don't even know, like, who watches him? I mean, but let me know, am I tripping? Is Oshay Duke Jackson an attractive man? Like I said, 1 in the chat if he's attractive, 2 if he's average, 3 if you agree with me that he's ugly as fuck. I don't see how anybody would rank him higher than a 4. And I'm being like real honest. Man, if Kevin Samuels was still alive, Kevin Samuels used to tell the truth about men's looks. I wish he would tell you the effing truth. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. And, you know, one last thing I just want to say to the girls out there, do not listen to these guys. Some of these people are so ugly inside and out. Don't let these people think. Stop listening to people tell you that by this age it means this, or if you didn't accomplish this by this time it means that. It doesn't have to mean any of those things. Stop listening to these people. Some of these people are so fucking ugly, like, ugh. But that's all I got for this video. You guys, make sure you check out my other videos. And thank you guys so much for watching, if you're still here right now. But like I said, Oshay Duke Jackson, ugly as fuck, very disrespectful to be talking about somebody else's wife, especially with how you look. You need to get surgery with all the money you're making on YouTube. Then we can talk. I'll catch you guys on the next one.